Hello. So I want to get back into the genetic trauma in the Matrix. And basically, I've already gone over lines 1 and 2. So now I want to go ahead with line 3, which is the trauma of shame. If somebody is operating through their genetic trauma of shame, they might feel like it's a shame to be their self. They might tell themselves things like, I'm not like everyone else, I'm not valuable enough for others, I don't meet their expectations, and they might have a fear of being unimportant. People who operate with this trauma will usually try to do something to hide their shame of failure. Like they might take on many responsibilities, help others, or are like really socially active. As a result, what they feel like they're doing is that they're demonstrating their worth to everyone else. They are usually distinguished by sacrificial relationships, and that can be in their family, at work, or with their own children. According to neutrino design, it says when such a person is convicted of their fear of insolvency, their reaction is usually a joke or transferring shame to others. These type of people will actively shame others. So basically project. The key to resolving this issue is to submit and accept responsibility. To open up, trust, embrace your guilt, and understand that there's nothing to be ashamed of. On a little bit of a deeper level, shame can make somebody feel worthless, which might lead them to wasting their energy demonstrating that they're worthy. Such people might appear to be obsessed with their jobs, so workaholics. Recognizing and accepting yourself as you are might be very uncomfortable for these people. Everyone prefers to escape shame rather than confront it. People who operate from the trauma of shame, they might try to be super busy all the time. They have a packed schedule. And they do this because basically it distracts them from their shame, so they don't have to think about it. As soon as someone is called out about like their shame, they immediately run away. They're going to run away. They might run away into work. They might turn it into a joke. Or they might like quite literally physically get up and leave the situation altogether. Or check out mentally. So they're there, but nobody's home. According to neutrino design, one of the best ways to start to heal this trauma is when this type of person can accept their own feelings of guilt and not flee the circumstances in which they believe they have shown anger. Allow themselves to be vulnerable. And it's important to remember that vulnerability, or what neutrino calls nakedness, is obvious to everyone. Just like everyone else, there's nothing wrong or fatal about anybody being vulnerable. I don't operate from the genetic trauma of shame, but I have a struggle with being vulnerable, just because, like, dude, I can't trust people. So if I'm not vulnerable, then I don't open that door for them to show me why I shouldn't have been vulnerable in the first place, right? But anyways, that's for another day when we get to that trauma. So, it also says that, with humor, you can turn it into self-love, but not humor that mocks or like belittles you, or them. And sometimes it's easier to work through things that we see as flaws and, are toxic for our existence through humor, and just being able to kind of laugh at, you know, shortcomings isn't a great word for it, but in a sense, if it's something that we don't like about ourselves or someone don't like about themselves, it's, in a sense, it is kind of like a shortcoming in a way. But I don't mean that how I feel like shortcoming is usually used. So that's just the best word I can think of right now. So it says that when you use humor to heal as well, it can help develop that self-esteem and genuine respect in the people around them, and by using humor in relation to yourself. And it also says, a person who has healed their trauma of shame sees life in all of its facets and has the ability to see into the future. So I hope this helps somebody, and also help everyone's having a great day. See y'all later.